Okay. All right, you ready? Okay, let me get my notes together. All right. Okay, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Married to Medicine review. I decided to review it earlier than Tuesday. Normally, it comes out on Tuesday, but I wanted to talk about it today because I just watched it and I thought it was a really good episode. So I couldn't wait to talk about it. So let's see if I remember everything. I did take some notes. Let's go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know that you stopped by. I'm feeling a little good. Had a little wine this evening. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. All right. So first, did you already like? Okay, go ahead and like. You're not going to miss anything. Go ahead and like. Okay. So Quad and Anila are having a conversation. They went out and they both are in tiger stripes, which I think is funny because I find it ironic that she is becoming friendly with Mariah's replacement. So I find it really interesting. But she says that the youthfulness of Anila is what the group actually needs. They were talking about basically kind of hooking Quad up with an Indian guy, and Anila shares with her that they are big down there too. Anila says that she's a loyal person and she's wondering if Quad is actually jealous. This is what Quad is saying to Anila. She says, you know, the person that I met before was different. She was different, and Toya kind of, when I got involved in this group, made me feel small. Okay, so last episode, you know, a Virgo loves to tell you I told you so. But the last episode, in the review that I gave, I said that I felt like Toya was on this hierarchical, operating from that, like that space, and like, I'm an old girl, you're a new girl, so I'm going to treat you like shit because, again, it makes me feel better about myself in a group of women who kind of don't respect me, except for Simone. Because I don't think that Jackie likes Toya at all. Like, I don't think that that Jackie has ever liked Toya. Ever. Like, if you look back at the episodes, I don't think that Jackie has ever been here for Toya at all. At all. So she says she's not, I don't want to be around friends who belittle me. And that's like something that everybody should just really abide by, is you don't want to be in a group of friends where one person is belittling another person for whatever. That's just not the group of people that you want to be in. So I agree with that. And Tessa and Toya and Simone are out. And the one thing that stood out to me was Toya saying that females are not loyal. You know how I feel about the word female. You know how I feel about women and men using the word female to describe women, female humans. I believe that when you use the word female, it dehumanizes a person, and it shows that there is a level of internalized misogyny, whether you know it or not, that it comes from that, because it's a way to belittle. Whenever you hear a man or a woman using the word female, it's very rarely in a positive way. It's very much so in a, like a degrading way. For me, it's the way to use bitch in company. That's what female is to me. Toya says she's tired of trying with people, and she says she feels like the women are not building each other up. It feels like there's a lot of tearing down. Even in that conversation, Contessa seems like she's still looking at Toya sideways, like, girl, whatever. Like, you act like, and like I said, Toya acts like the things are being done to her and that she's not participating in the bullshit. You're participating in it. You are definitely participating in it, and you are acting like something is being done to you when you're actually dancing with the person. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. Anila is talking about Holy Day, Holi. I looked it up. It is a celebration in Indian culture where they throw color powder on each other to kind of, commemorate the ending of and the beginning of and looking at things in a positive way. I can tell you that I absolutely love that she shared that with us. I would love to participate in something like that, as symbolic as that is, just like wearing all white and then coming back anew with all of these beautiful colors on you. I think it's actually amazing. Anila is inviting everyone to the party, to the celebration, which is also going to be her daughter's birthday party as well. So she wants to, everybody to come. She's letting everybody know to wear all white. And Quad basically asked her, Toya, how are you good with Toya? And she was like, I really haven't talked to her. I love that her mom calls her Toha. Toha, I love that so much. So now we are getting into Jackie and this Volition. It's called Volition Beauty, where Jackie is investing in a skincare line, and she's going to. I think it's great. The only thing that they really talked about is the sunscreen and how important it is to use sunscreen for Black people. I think a lot of Black people feel like because I'm melanated, I don't need to use sunscreen, but that is a myth. Please, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, please wear your sunscreen, at least SPF 30. You can buy it in the moisturizer that you use after your skincare routine every day. You want to make sure that you have sunscreen. I'm not a skincare expert, but I know for a fact that you need to wear sunscreen. It will help with like the hyperpigmentation and stuff like that. It will definitely help with that. So wear your sunscreen, ladies. So I love that Jackie is actually doing that. I think it just falls in line with her area of expertise. Not really esthetician, but being like, I want to help women take care of themselves. I think skincare is like, you don't want to do makeup because Jackie's not really the makeup girl, but skincare, I can see. I can take that from Jackie. You know what I'm saying? Not like Marlo doing a wig line, right? Marlo is more of the fashion girl, right? So you would kind of accept the fashion shit from Marlo, not wigs, because you're not really known for that, right? We accept wigs from someone like Portia, right? But not like Marlo. You know what it is. What stood out to me is she tells the girl Ebony that you are keeping me married and sane. So I don't know what she has going on, where she's just basically organizing Jackie's life. I'm trying to get mine. It's a very rare occasion that I drink. I used to drink a lot, but I don't drink a lot anymore. It's so funny because about a week ago, I had a bottle of wine that stayed in my fridge for like 2 weeks before I started to drink it. And then when I started to drink it, it actually took me like a week, probably like more than a week to drink. And then I went to the grocery store today running errands or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give me a bottle of wine. And I've drank it all. Yes, I have. Okay. So this is the last of it. Cheers. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Simone is having a couples dinner. And can I say, we love Simone, and she loves to get the couples together. She loves to talk about couples things. Are you guys, like people that are coupled up with folks, are you guys in friend groups like that where you guys get together and you talk about the couple shit and you talk about things that are going on? Do you have a friend group that you trust that much to share what's going on in your relationship? I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. Even though there's no counselor there, which I think would help, but I think getting amongst friends and talking about what you are dealing with in your relationships and being very vulnerable and truthful and transparent, I think it actually helps because you can get everybody else's perspective. While it may not be a professional perspective, but you can see where other people are operating from, which I love. So Sonia, who the fuck is Sonia? Simone has a couples dinner. Eugene and Toya, they come first, right? And I have to say, I wrote here, I like Eugene and Toya as a couple. I really do. Toya, I feel, I never like to act like the man is the prize, but I feel like Toya she's in a good position because she has a man who really takes care of everything. Anila as well. Like, they literally take care of everything. I don't know what else Toya has going on in terms of like a stream of income. I have no idea. Anila, she has the blogging thing, but Kieran is the breadwinner. Like, and it's not like, oh, I want to be the man of the house because I have a penis. No, it's like, I bring in the money of this house. I take care of my family. My income takes care of this family. Like, shout out to Dr. Kieran, honey. Shout out to him. But I love Eugene and Toya as a couple. Like Heavenly says, Eugene is a lazy bitch's dream. So they have these conversations where they're going back and forth, like doctors don't listen to anybody talk, and how the people that are not doctors like to say the doctors think they know everything, which I think is so funny because I resonated with that on the terms of like how people view Virgos. Is like Virgos think they know everything. No, we don't think we know everything. You think we know everything. We don't think we know everything. We just speak on what we know, and we speak on it with conviction. So it seems like we know everything, but that's what you think. So I love the back and forth between the couples going back, and how Toya was on Cecil's side, like, y'all think y'all know everything, y'all talking over people. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Scott and Contessa show up. Scott is at the door talking about, is this a swingers party? It seems like, is this going to be a swingers party? But let me tell you something. I love how Cecil and Simone, it was Simone really, because Cecil can't say that he would want to be swinging with Contessa and Scott. Simone has to say that. Simone, fellas, Simone has to say, if we gonna sleep with any couple, because they look like their freak number is high as hell. And so, let me tell you something about Contessa. Contessa is fine as hell. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry to say at all. Her ass is fine as hell. Her body is tight. She's beautiful, smart, ambitious. Scott, I don't know what you got going on in whatever realm you got it going on in, but Contessa is like, that's it. You like everything. Like, you can mark off everything. Contessa is that girl. Don't fuck that shit up, Scott. Contessa gets in there and Scott gets in there, and Contessa really is so vulnerable, and that's what I really like about Contessa, because she says what everybody would be like, girl, what did she just say about her and her husband? But that's what you want. You want a space to be vulnerable. You want a safe space to feel vulnerable and be vulnerable and share the things about your relationship where you feel like you can know that you're not the only one going through it. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it. They talked about communication and listening. I don't know if anybody has like caught on, and at the end of the day, it is about communication, and it is about learning about one another and understanding where each person comes from, because we all, like I was talking to Diva tonight, and it was like we all have a different perspective on what things are based on how we were raised, what we've unlearned, what we've learned on the process. Everybody's idea of love and communication and respect and collaboration and cooperation looks different. Everybody. And when you partner up with somebody, you got to figure out, like, what is your definition of love? How did you see love exhibited? Or is this toxic relationship, does that look like love to you? Always arguing, is that love to you? Is Or is collaboration and cooperation love? You know what I mean? So everybody has their different. So when you get with somebody, you're like, what is their definition of love? What is their definition of communication or healthy communication? How do they fight? How do they resolve conflict? All of that. So Toya says that she doesn't like to use the word problem. She likes to use the word challenges. What are our challenges and how can we resolve those? I love that. Whatchamacallit, they were talking about how COVID has heightened their disconnection with each other, which I thought was, I think for everybody in this past year and going on a year and a half, I think that a lot of people reevaluated their relationships. A lot of divorces happened. Domestic violence increased. People just leaving because they realize, like, I've been living with this person for X amount of time and I don't really like this person. Now that I'm stuck in the house with them and I'm not so busy, and now that I have to actually talk to this person, I'm realizing I don't like this person. You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of people with COVID, it allowed us space and time to really reevaluate our relationships and even the relationship that we have with ourselves. So I thought it was important to kind of point out, which I really think the producers and editing for this is talking about how the kids are kind of viewing the situation, where Eugene shared with us that his son was like, "Mommy, you're so hard on Daddy." And she was like, "Isn't that crazy that he is not like Mommy the other way around?" I think we all see it, and I think for not Contessa, but for Toya to just completely dismiss what we're all seeing across the board, from Heavenly, who she can't stand, to people out here just basically saying, "Girl, you're doing a lot with your husband, and he's really taking care of everything, and for you to be so insensitive to what he's actually experiencing and being so..." She's an Aries, and that's just what it is. And she's just an Aries. Vicky Gunvalson is an Aries. Shannon Bador is an Aries. You just get, I'm an Aries moon, so I get it. Like, I understand. But there's a time where you cannot believe that, like Contessa said, it's not, you act like everything is happening to you when you don't even acknowledge that you're participating in the shit. Anyways, arguing in front of the kids is a choice, is what they said. And I think a lot of people act like, even if the doors are closed, you're arguing, or you feel like you're not arguing in front of the kids. You don't think your kids can hear you arguing through the doors, through the walls? You don't think they can hear your voices raised if you're arguing? So Scott says that he walks away during arguments. If he feels like it's going left, he walks away. And Contessa speaks to critiquing each other to the point where it feels like you're tearing each other down. You're no longer in what I call, there's a difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism, where the person is actually criticizing you so that you can actually be better and go higher than where you're operating. But then there's the criticism that is meant to just like, and just to cut you down, to bring you down to their level, to not uplift you. I feel like when you do get to that point in a relationship, that means to me that the respect is gone. When you start to criticize to belittle instead of criticize to uplift, that's when you know that there's a real problem. There's a real problem. That's how I see it. I didn't like the way that Scott was like, relax. It is dismissive to tell somebody to relax, to tell somebody to calm down. There have been studies that show that when you, in a heat of the argument, when you tell somebody to calm down, that it actually increases their blood pressure. It doesn't calm them down. It's very dismissive. Calm down. It's like, you're trying to say that what I'm expressing to you means nothing, and that's not cool. Contessa mentions that Scott says she doesn't do shit, and Scott was like, what? Like, are you, like, what's happening? I thought that was weird. Like, does he, I don't know. know that I can believe that Scott really says to Contessa, you don't do shit. I was like, Contessa, are you for real? Because there's no way that you can say a woman that has done what Contessa has done is not doing shit. So I was like, I don't know if I believe that he would say that, or I can't believe that I can't believe that any man would say that to somebody that embodies what Contessa embodies. Like, there's no way that you could say that this woman doesn't do shit. No way. No way at all. She says that she feels like there is a trying to break somebody down, and that you get to a point, and I have learned this because I learned it in my relationship with my caregivers, and specifically my father, where you get into conflict and to disagreements, and your only goal is to win. And I learned that from the relationship with my father, and I absolutely took that into my relationships, where I was arguing to win and not for understanding, not for collaboration, not for cooperation, none of that. My goal was win the argument, bitch. Whatever it is, win it. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need to say, win it. And that's not cool. Because you are supposed to be a team. You are, wherever you're in a relationship, if you're on your way to marriage or not, the goal is we are supposed to be cooperating and collaborating with each other. And that's just what it is. Simone says that Contessa is in a marital rut, and she feels like they're on their way to unraveling. When they go and they change, they went from eating in the dining room to going into the living space. And Toya sits down and she says, this is a space of confidence. You know, everything is here is in confidence. When they were talking, Cecil was talking. I don't quite remember what he was saying, but what I was focused, just like Contessa was focused, I was in Scott's phone. I was in Scott's phone right along with Contessa, because Scott was in his phone and Contessa was right along in his phone with him. What are you doing? Why are you in your phone? And that's a problem that she has. But as a doctor, what type of medicine is he practicing to where at this time of night you're getting messages that you need to respond to and you can't wait? So I was right along in the phone with Scott's ass. So I don't know if this is this new esthetician that he's talking about. Contessa was right there, and so was I. Like, bitch, did you see what was in his phone, who he was responding to? Okay. So we get to the Holy Day celebration, and I thought it was cute. I loved the entire scene. I loved everything about it. I love that Anila's mother was like being like inappropriate, talking about Anila's period and Heavenly hitting Jackie. Like, girl, can you believe it? But it's embarrassing, but it's like she's just talking. And it's like, why are you guys embarrassed about talking about your periods? You're all women. Why would you be embarrassed? But it's like time and place, right? Anila's mom, but I still love it. They had a petting zoo, which was cute. I don't know that Heavenly or Lisa Nicole should have been on that damn donkey or whatever the hell it was. What is it, a pony? What were they on? That was a mess. While Heavenly was on the horse's legs were looking quite fragile, okay? It was looking a mess. And Lisa Nicole was talking about Heavenly while she was on the horse. So then when Lisa got on the horse, Heavenly was like, girl, look at your stomach. She was talking about her too, to make her self-conscious, while Heavenly was doing exactly what Lisa Nicole did to her. Girl, look at your stomach, girl. It's a mess. Girl, she was like, girl, you must have forgot. Is that your stomach, girl? You might need liposuction, because Lisa Nicole was coming back at Heavenly like, girl, you got What she say? How many liposuctions she got? You don't miss. Bitch, when Lisa said that Heavenly doesn't miss a meal, she was like, Heavenly was like, come on, let's go eat. She was like, girl, you know you don't miss a meal, honey. She was like, girl, you can't say nothing to me because I know how to keep a man and you don't. We're still together, honey. It was funny. And you and your fake ass marriage, Lisa Nicole, that was, no. She was like, fake ass marriage after 23 years, girl, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. She was like, you want to be like me. Anila was like, girl, listen, this is my daughter's birthday party and it is a celebration of positivity and renewed, outlooks on life and stuff like that. And y'all up here arguing about some stuff that doesn't even matter at the end of the day. So Anila was like, girl, this is my daughter's party. Re-fucking-lax, okay? Quad shows up while they're in the middle of fighting. And Quad was like, I thought we were showing up to holy day. This is a holy hell. Quad shows up. I love everybody was eating. I love when Heavenly was like, why y'all got hot peppers in this? And she was like, cause we're Indian. Like, girl, it's a mess. Do y'all remember it was with Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston where she had that ferret? I cannot. Polly. What is it? It was something about Polly. I think that's what the name of it was. And they went and had Indian food. And his ass could not take it. And he was in the bathroom. And he was in the bathroom. I think it was called something about Polly. Y'all let me know. Oh shit. Indian food be spicy as shit, but it's fucking good as fuck. Do you hear me? Good as hell. Contessa and Toya were 2 hours late. When Toya walked up to Anila, she was like, why are you late? And she was like, girl, why can't you just say hello? They're still on their shit. You know what? I really don't like the way Toya is acting this season. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if it's the pressures of what's going on in her household. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with her. But she is... Maybe she's on defense because she feels like she's not in a group of friends. Maybe that's it. That's the only thing that I can think of. Because, girl, what the fuck is your problem? Or maybe it's something going on in her personal life. Because remember, y'all attribute Kenya's behavior to what's going on in her personal life. So maybe that's what's happening with Toya. Anyways, so they're standing in the circle. They're throwing the colors. It's beautiful. I would absolutely love to participate in a holy day. It looked beautiful. I was literally emotional behind it. I was emotional because I was like, it's just sharing culture and seeing other people's culture and something that beautiful with all different colors, just powder all over everybody. You saw everybody with their damn bonnets on and stuff like that. I did not like that Lisa Nicole said maybe Holy Day is not for black girls. No. I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all. I did not like it. I even wrote it down. I didn't like it at all. Even talking about it doesn't make me feel good. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that you would correlate not like starting anew. And like the symbolism behind Holy Day is like starting a new thing. Maybe it's not for black girls, Lisa. Anila wants to repair the issues between Toya and Quad. And, I don't know what the problem is. Maybe we can find out on the reunion. I know they've already filmed the reunion. But they were just like basically telling Anila once again, because she tried... If you notice that you're trying to repair friendships between one specific person and other people in the group, what do you think it is, Anila? What do you think it is, girl? Come on. Toya, again, like Contessa said, I want to operate from a space, even though it's very passive aggressive what Contessa said, because it was definitely directed at what's the girl's name? Toya. It was definitely directed at Toya. I want to be able to accept responsibility in a space where it's not happening to me. I'm actually participating in it. You know what I say? Nothing is happening in your life that you're not participating in. If you don't want it to happen in your life, stop participating. That's how that is where what I've learned, and that is where I operate from. If whatever's going on in your life, you are participating in it. Think about it. You're participating in it. And if you don't want it happening in your life, simply stop participating. And that's how I see it. Anyways, that was the end of the episode. I really enjoyed the episode. I love Anila sharing her culture with us. I love the back and forth between Heavenly and Lisa Nicole. I was here for it. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Take care of each other, protect your energy, and let's get down in the comments. I saw everybody's trending topics. We're going to come back this week and talk about trending topics, okay? All right, peace.